Hello creation, I hope you're well. I've just written this, it's called Bang the Gong. In the corridors of power lay in vain those of ignorant illusion. Adrift in a well-rotted vessel, eaten away by the arrogant and deluded. The sea of life, once prosperous in its provision for these type, has changed perspective once again to free itself from hype. Little known by persecutors of the common man, their struggles and endurances they'll never understand. Within their world of privilege, decisions they do make, but not for good of all of kind. They'll take what they can take. The energies have shifted, having sifted out the chaff. A time of change at last arrives to rid the world of bad. The vultures that have circled over humankind for far too long, no more to feed through wanton greed. 'Tis time to bang the gong. The clan of newly wakened comes at last the time to gather. All of love throughout all tests endured, regardless of the weather. The crumbling of the system as a structure we now witness. From the rubble will arise the one with God's forgiveness. Leading all to the greenest lands and the greatest prize, a chance for them to see the truth with heart and not the eyes. There is no insubordination as the clan of life emerges. Each one grows, and it does show as each body changes. The purge of toxicities that held one down by soul attack. Let me read that again. The purge of toxicities that held one down by soul attack are taken to beyond the veil, and they won't be coming back. In exile they will dwell now to pay the dues for what's been done, and a balancing of yin to yang be gifted to each and everyone. The slate of debt that haunted souls is finally wiped clean. After passage of the next page or two, all will forgive for what has been. And the world that we all live in shall be shared again once more. Not one of self shall ever turn another self away from the Creator's door. Aye, well, bang the gong. It takes me back to a bit of T-Rex. That would bang a gong one now, I think. Anyway, so, oh, you're well. Just right. We're just writing, aren't we? We're just writing what comes through, whatever it is. And sometimes it all depends. It all depends what, what energies it is I connect to as to the nature of the message, I suppose. But they're all obviously spiritual in nature, aren't they? Of nature, I expect. Most of them anyway. Well, all of them. Because we are spiritual, aren't we? Even if we don't know so. Anyway, it's within us all. We're all linked, aren't we? So, that's, yeah, I mean, to be honest, when I think about such writings as this, for me, that's just spirit telling us that great change is at hand. Inevitable change is at hand, and it can't be denied, can it? When we're living in a world within this world system that's seemingly breaking down every corner of the globe, as it were. You know, I don't mean corner, you know, what's the word? Is it hypothetically speaking? Do you know, is it hypothetical or is it metaphorical? I don't know. Like I said earlier on, I'm not, some of these words what come through, I have to look them up. Well, I don't. So anyway, we get there, don't we? We get there. I'm not pretending to be out, I'm not. This is me. What you see is what you get. I mean, I don't put videos up when I'm shedding a tear at this side at, you know, camera. Whenever, you know, you don't need to be seeing that, do you? It happens. Occasionally. As, you know, as we deal with energies. We can do. It's got to be purged, hasn't it? It's got to come out. It's got to come out. It's better that it's done in that form than like it used to do in the old days. You know, it used to come out as anger. You know, we don't want that. We don't need that. We control all that sort of stuff now because it's love what matters. It is. It's always been love what matters. You know, it's just sometimes when we go through life, we lose sight of that. And we can do, depending on what we go through, each individual, you know, and depending on, you know, because life can, as you will no doubt know, have its more than testing times, you know. So, but it's how we come through those tests, isn't it? And it's love what matters. And there's no point in having any regrets for something that's gone off, you know, years ago, because all you're doing is you're keeping your send back there, aren't you? You know, by holding on to stuff. But anyway, I've spoken about all this sort of stuff before, so I'm just blabbering on, blabbering on. So it's getting lighter. We're getting lighter, gradually getting lighter. I know the buggers have been out again, sort of spraying and covering up that beautiful sunshine today. Do you know what? This is a bugbear of mine, because when you see a plane going past and there's a burgundy, I've mentioned this before, a burgundy chemical coming out of one side of the plane and a clear chemical coming out of the other, and it's blending together. I have mentioned this before. I know I have a couple of times. But how do you get them to stop doing that? What's the reasoning behind it? Would they tell you? Would they tell you the truth, or would they gaslight you? Like most. You know, how do you get to them? How do you get to them to find the truth? You know. Trouble is, people, unfortunately, there's a lot of compassion and empathy for our fellow human beings seems to have disappeared. I was talking to my mate earlier on, and he was saying he'd been in one of the supermarket car parks where they have the garage, you know, for fuel, and it slipped because it's icy, and he's like, I mean, if he stands up straight, he's about 6'6", I think, but and he's gone down with a bang, you know. The guy was looking at him out of the window of the garage, and he never came out to see if he were all right. And he's a big bloke. He's gone down with a right bang. And he stayed in there where it's warm. He ain't bothered. And there's been people in car park, and then, you know, and nobody's gone over to him to see if he's all right. Anyway, he's done a little bit of damage. He hasn't broken anything, but he's banged about a bit and split his thumb and what have you. But, you know, and he would only have to get in some grit to put some grit down, but there were a lock, so he couldn't get it on the bin, so he couldn't get in to get the grit to put it down where it were all icy. Anyway, I'm out of time now. So, just a chit chat. Wherever you are in the world, if it's darkness around you, you'll be the light, you'll be the love, and you will make a difference. You'll light it all up and you'll make a difference in this world. That's it for today. Take care.